here against Noppon Saengkham. Thailand leading England 1-0 in the quarterfinals of the World Cup. Best of 7. The winner will play China B team of Zhou Yulong and Liang Wenbo. Scotland, that's John Higgins and Steve Maguire, will play the China A or Hong Kong, and they're still in the first frame on table 2. Well, these two are quite evenly matched as well. We said the same about Tepchar and Lazowski, but these two play quite a measured game. Saengkham much improved, although of course the same is true of Wilson. In recent times he's become a real top player, world number 8. Last season won a couple of ranking titles. The big one was the German Masters. Wow, well, the wrong one's gone in. The only good news there is at least that red's come away from the pocket, but obviously didn't want the in off. Beautifully struck. He spent a long time lining that up, but he couldn't have struck it any better.
Wasn't it a brilliant shot? I mean, he really did drill it in. And the other part I liked, not so exciting as the pot, but just look at where he's finished. Absolutely A1 on the blue. Could have finished anywhere, but it seems to have finished in a pretty unpromising place. This red along the cushion is, if you played it, would be a tough shot. And lucky there because he hit a red on the way back up, that quarter ball. Now, as you can see, the black is totally tied up here. Not the easy shot to get it into play because the red on the left cushion, if played on the red, played the red just above and to the left of the black, every chance on the way back up, he would hit the red on the left cushion. To catch it thin, I think, to avoid that.
Kyren Wilson, I think, very proud to play for England. He went out to play in the World Games a couple of years ago, which is an event for sports recognised by the IOC that are not in the Olympic Games itself. He beat Ali Carter in the final. And Saengkham would have played in many international events as an amateur for Thailand. Now, cue balls coming back towards these reds. This table's definitely a lot quicker now they've reclothed it.
Very quick, Dave, and you catch those safety shots a little bit thin, just a fraction, to sort of make it look like you've just overhit them. It's not always the same thing. The cloth this quick, often just goes up and down. Yeah, I think the British players are more used to playing in team events when they're amateurs. The home international series, saying the other day, was always a big thing, and I was about to turn professional. They incorporated the Isle of Man into it actually as well. There's quite a few sides in that. Welsh are always very passionate about those events as well. Oh, what a pot again. That's the second absolutely stunning long red. That was brilliant. Wow. I think he's played on the four reds in a little bunch. He's played on the top red there into the left corner, and he hasn't gone far enough. I think that, given that we've seen good standard from all players, all I'm thinking here is that for now they're finding the table a bit more responsive than they've been used to all week, given that they've been recovered. I believe he has a slight angle, very slight, to head down. If he has enough of an angle, he might play on the red that he failed to get on last time. Yeah, he's on it better on this occasion. Chipping away here. Hard to say right now that he'll win the frame at this visit, but he could make some more of this break than he already has.
He looks very cool, doesn't he, overall? Looks relaxed. But the first frame was rather nervy, but these two maybe slightly different characters.
I think he's someone that puts in a lot of hours, Dave, practice. I know he plays at this club. They all speak about the high-end club. I believe it's in Bangkok, but I know that it's a club that is potentially one of the best clubs in the world, according to Jimmy White, who He's over in those parts, goes in it. Know that he plays there. And, the table set aside for him, for other leading players.
Well, they just hosted, of course, the Women's World Championship, which Rhiannon Evans won for a 12th time. Well, this time not on anything. Well, it's finished really awkwardly, this, actually. Can he just flick off the black here? He's having a look. No, so just off the side cushion.
Yeah, it's an annoyance, isn't it, that break has not really amounted to all that much. You've got a handy lead of 30 points, actually, but you're going to see here, I suspect there won't be anything flashy played here. Not by Kyren Wilson. He'd happily rack these up again and take a re-rack, but if it's a touching ball, this is a chance, perhaps, Noppon Saengkham to play away. I think touching ball was called.
Yeah, and he obviously 30 points in front, doesn't want re-racks.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't mind if I was Noppon Saengkham to play this away into the jaws of the pocket. It wouldn't be the end of the world had it gone into that left corner either. It left a long red. But anything but allowing Kyren Wilson to drop in behind those two reds again and continue the stalemate. Well, as I say, if it was me, I'd roll it into that left corner and the end of the world if it went in. Not intentionally to go in, but it just wouldn't matter that much. There you have it. I mean, it would be a deliberate foul, I suppose, but he probably tried to land it in the jaws, but now at least the deadlock has been broken.
Even so, though, he has left a long red, Wilson. Yeah, he's just changed his mind. Well, he's put it back in a similar spot.
It's interesting where he has put it. You'd have thought that where he has put it, if he's playing that red, the cute bridge hand is almost green's in the way of it. It's an awkward position to be playing from. Obviously provided a good angle to go up the table. But not onto a colour though.
No, it's now turned into one of those frames where things just got a bit awkward. Yeah, the Thai players, you were saying about practicing, of course, Sunny Akani, who's another Thai player on the tour, he's renowned for always being on the practice table, puts in hours and hours and hours.
Yeah, the only time he's off the practice table is when he's actually playing a match.
So it's got a bit cagey, 25 points in the frame. Obviously with straight knockout now, and that increases the pressure. I was watching the World Snooker interview with John Higgins and Steve Maguire, and Higgins said he just didn't fancy the decider, which of course he's not like him because he's won many down the years. He said thought Stephen was playing better and he should play it. And he said how nervous he was watching in the players' room. Of course they got the win over Wales 4-3. That's brought a few reds out into play.
in has, but we've already seen how lethal Noppon Saengkham is when he's playing at long range. He's knocked in a couple of reds already to the left corner. Absolute blinding reds. Although, as we've seen, he hasn't really picked up many points from those chances.
Just to clarify the format, the next frame will be a doubles frame. There'll then be 2 more singles if required, then another doubles, and then if it is 3 each, the captains nominate a player to play the decider. Interestingly, in that Wales-Scotland match, the captains nominated their partners. Mark Williams put in Ryan Day and Higgins put in Steve Maguire.
Well, he's not going to take on a long yellow here. He would like to keep his opponent at arm's length here. I don't think he can get him in lots of trouble. He can get the cue ball to the cushion, underneath the baulk cushion, which is never a nice place to be playing shots from.
There seems to have been quite a bit of single ball potting and then players not finishing nicely. 24 in it.
Well, meant to hit the red. He obviously tried to hit that first red very thin, and he made a bit of a mess of it. I suppose it could be put back, actually. He's got a little bit of thinking to do here. He wouldn't have been overly watchful of where the black was, I would say. Now, they're doing a good thing here. Obviously, that was the line of the shot, so the black's got to be just almost in line with the red and the... here up into that left-hand corner where the cue ball was. Difficult safety shot this to hit it that thin. Cut it too thick, you crash into the reds around the pink or the one below it. If he plays that shot again, he's got to be very careful he doesn't miss again, because that will change the dynamics of this situation. Anyway, it looks like he's playing a different shot.
Saengkham's played well in this tournament. He's had 2 centuries, but this frame just harder work. Well, he would have been on the black, but the red stayed out.
And the double kiss could be very costly, actually. And of course, he never thought about that. He never thought that he was going to get the double kiss. He felt that had he missed the red, which he did, then the keeper would have probably landed somewhere down on the bottom cushion below the black. Of course, had he got the pot, he would have been on the black. Double kiss was kind of the third outcome. They're struggling, these players, aren't they, on this table today in this match? For reasons unknown.
Well, I suppose there is a slight change in the dynamic now. It's straight knockout. In the group stage, they were sort of just jockeying for position all week. I mean, we had 5 days of that, but now it's all on the day. If you don't win, you're on your way home. This time Wilson has got in with the double, and he's on the black.
Good shot, wasn't it? And he knew that his cue ball this time wasn't going to end up leaving anything easy.
He's really consolidated his position as a top player, hasn't he? He's got himself now into the top 8. Earned just under $500,000 last season. Got himself into the Coral Series, the 3-tournament series, World Grand Prix for 32 players, Players' Championship for 16, and the Tour Championship as well for 8. So obviously earned money in those. Would have been slightly disappointed, I think, with the World Championship. He made a great comeback second round against Barry Hawkins, but then lost 13-8 to Dave Gilbert in the quarterfinals.
Yes, I've noticed in that Coral Series that next year they've changed things a little bit, haven't they? You get prize money for being in it, but they don't count towards your ranking unless you win your first match. Last year you got points added on straight away, whether you won or not. Probably a fairer system, I think, using now.
It just didn't quite come off that last shot, so it looks like end of break. But he's a patient man. That certainly helps in this sport.
He had to be careful there. He was hoping to develop a couple of reds, but nothing went over the pocket, which was good. It still remains everything to play for in the frame. think hitting the jaw slightly there took the pace off the cue ball. There is a long red, the one furthest up the table that he could go for, and he's good at a player at range as we've got really, I think. Very nice. The two reds on the left might come into play now, given that Kyren could pot all the others, but because he's just a couple of points behind, he will need those two reds also. Whatever else happens prior to that. Well, I didn't expect that. Pot of red as difficult as that, and miss a black off the spot, and the cue thumps against the ground. Echoes around the building.
Yeah, it was a slightly delayed reaction actually from Kyren. You could just see he's boiling up as he walked back to his seat, couldn't help himself. He knows that it was a good chance, and as you say, particularly after the red he knocked in.
Those two reds are potable on the left. I mean, the right-hand one, I believe, will pass the other one. But now I don't think it's on his mind. He'll start to have a little look over the next shot or two to see what is available there. A little bit of a stretch. Now this looks absolutely perfect. Running behind the two reds, or if he was not confident about that, he may even have the shot to get into the two reds at pace and move them out of there. Depends how he feels. Went into them, but he stunned it a little bit.
So, KG frame continues. Thailand in front. Didn't play that last shot too well. Saengkham caught the yellow. "21 points in it then."
Decent lead then. Thailand. Just dropping onto this red and two cushions here, maybe one if he hits it on the way down. It's a handy lead actually in a frame of this kind, even though the balls are relatively easy if a chance was to come. Either way, as it stands, both players will need the red on the left cushion. very good shot, I'm afraid. I think that could have been played better also. I wonder if he might just screw him behind the brown there, or brown and green, but he didn't try that. Doesn't really put Noppon Saengkham under any extra pressure on this. I think whoever loses this frame would be very disappointed. It's been one of those where they've both had more than one good opportunity, actually. He's never going to stop rolling, is it? Unbelievable table, just failing to go in. So, as I say, they're both struggling with the conditions. Well, I don't suppose he played it exactly like that, but he knew the cue ball was coming in behind those two balls.
Yang Wenbo was in position earlier, like this against Belgium. He fluked one. Effectively won the match for them, but Wilson will be happy enough with that. It's not left anything on. Not a great start to the season for Saengkham in the Riga Masters and International Championship. He lost both his qualifiers, so he's sitting those two out.
Yes, they're very early, aren't they, in the new season? Those qualifiers, same for everybody. But there was a time when he wouldn't be playing at any snooker in June.
Was interesting actually. One of the matches he lost, Saengkham, was to one of the players who came through Q School, Louis Heathcote, of course, who'd had a lot of snooker under his belt throughout May. That took nearly 3 weeks to play Q School. I brought the red down the table, but it's okay. Yeah, Wilson as well, he actually won his 2 qualifiers, so he'll be in both Riga and Darqing. They were rather cruelly, I thought, played in Sheffield. The last place anyone really wants to go back to in June, a month after the World Championship. But yeah, Ponce Forge, which is about half a mile from the Crucible, that's where they were.
Interesting one, this, because obviously snookered him on the open red, but the safe red really is what this frame is all about now, and I don't think either player particularly wanted it in play at this stage. Kyren Wilson with the problem. Well played. And roll the red in the middle if he can, and it would give him the advantage. Well, he certainly has the advantage now. didn't have to play the snooker. I mean, he could decide to play the green or brown and try and shift the red. And you do feel that Kyren will escape, and he's unlikely to leave the frame if he is snookered. Especially where the red is, he's not in play as it stands. So it's a difficult decision to make here, actually, whether you try and get the red out or you play the snooker behind yellow or one of the other bolt colours. Doesn't look that easy to hit.
It's a big shot, isn't it? First of all, obviously hit it, but if he leaves it on, 22 behind, could spell in the frame. Oh, it's a great hit. He'd love a little kiss on the green. Well, I think he'll take that, Kyren Wilson. Good shot.
Yeah, the problem that Kyren's got is that he knows that Noppon Saengkham has been known to knock these in. You're not even sure whether he would go for this. Might be hoping he doesn't, actually. They always felt they could finish anywhere. I'm sure that was all about knocking on the table. I think that's Kyren getting himself a little bit at it, I think. May have felt that the snooker had been fluked, but I don't think he should be doing that personally, not on the other. His opponent is at the table and just walk into the table to play a shot. I think that's a little unnecessary.
Yeah, he's got himself a bit wound up. We saw earlier when he banged his cue on the floor as well. So, 23 the lead. If he pots the pink, then Wilson needs a snooker.
One thing about Noppon Saengkham, completely unfazed by anything that happened there. Just gets on with the job. He hasn't won the frame yet, 29 in front with 27 on. He knocks this in, he'll be on the green, and that will be frame over, and it will be, well, the perfect start for Team Thailand, although I have to say, these first two frames have been a little, well, scrappy to say the least, actually. So not quite done, this frame.
No, it's just one snooker required. The problem with complaining about luck is that everyone has it and you can't control it, and every player will have good and bad luck at times. Although a lot of players only seem to remember the bad luck.
So that was why I think it was important that really Noppon Saengkham, when he had that shot on the yellow with the rest, he had to get it, because if one snooker is very much frame still in the balance, this kind of level. Contact made. He has got a snooker. I suspect the swerve is not so difficult as all that. Might even be able to see the edge of it without a swerve. Feel that he's kind of all out here to try and win this frame. Noppon Saengkham, he knows there's a little bit of work still to be done.
Well, that's not going to cheer up Kyren Wilson, the double kiss.
I'm pretty sure it was a kick as well. It sounded horrible when contact was made.
Well, if you can pot this, it'll be 2 snookers needed on the green. So the task has become that much harder for England's captain.
It has, although I still don't think it's over this frame, because he played it in such a way. Didn't play on the green, unless this goes in here. It's still actually 1 snooker on the pink and black, isn't it, to tie? Still playing on for sure here, Kyren. There's 1 snooker looks nailed on here. Behind the black, potentially.
Been a long frame this, and not over yet. Wilson needing 2 snookers. Well, that's not a snooker, I don't think. But not punished, or is he?
Well, you might just take things back down here to the. You might pot green, brown, and blue here, I suspect. I think that would be. You may as well. I mean, black is not a bad ball to get a snooker behind. And then would be one snooker, wouldn't it, to tie? I don't think brown and blue, where they are on the table, not really helping matters all that much. So he's going to do that. And he's in the frame still on that basis. That black ball where it is, it's quite a promising place to try and land the cue ball in behind. As we know, you don't get that many options on the pink and black though to get a snooker, because you don't get the snooker, your opponent will drop it over the pocket or hopefully in the pocket.
A lot of noise going on from the other table where a frame's just finished, so gotta just really focus here. Oh, it's a really good effort, that.
It's where you see the problem now. You could drop this all the way along the cushion here, or play it into the... certainly try and put it over a hole. Hard to get a snooker from in there. Well, keep that one out.
Exactly. Gonna whack it. Oh, he has done. Wow. I think he's slightly surprised. He has left a chance at it, but even so, he did well to keep it out.
Did very well. It looked like it was hanging over the pocket to me.
And he hasn't potted it now. Where's this cue ball? Where's the white going? Surely not. Surely not. Oh, my word.
Well, he shouldn't have been anywhere near there. I mean, that was it's a sin, really. You do wonder if this frame could still be won by Kyren, but he is wondering. He feels that the whole world is against him right now. Not entirely sure it is, although there have been one or two little nudges that have gone against Kyren Wilson. Maybe he's feeling the extra pressure playing in a team. Good effort this, but not there.
Yeah, the bottom line is it matters a lot to him. Kyren, clearly, we've seen that from the way he's played this frame. And Saengkham was very fortunate there that he didn't go in off. Chances to kill this off.
Yeah, he's actually all over the place at the moment, you know, Noppon Saengkham. He can't quite deliver the killer blow in this frame. It's a strong favourite still. Even that shot, you know, he should have got a little nearer to the bottom left pocket with the pink there. Twice across the table for Kyren. Not the worst effort we've seen. Wow, that's a great shot. That is a great shot. And really, Noppon Saengkham is getting what he deserves here.
Well, a couple of shots ago, the pink was right over the left corner pocket. It looked impossible to keep it out.
It did.
And now he's in a snooker. He had a chance to pot it since then.
Don't forget, it'll only be the tie if he does miss. Oh, that was a good shot. Well, that's kind of taken the wind out of his sails a little bit, Kyren Wilson, Team England. It's another great shot. You see, the black is in a fair position to get snookers. We always talk about that, and I think that demonstrates it. Got to play the shot well, of course, but the black in a corner like that, so you can slip in behind it, always means that is an option. You've got to use a trace of left-hand side on this. Means it can go wrong. Get some of it. don't know about this. This doesn't... It could be an option to get a snooker here, but I tell you what, it isn't easy because he drops in behind the black. He's almost potting the pink. It's done well. Strange frame, this. Very odd. You don't get a lot of action on the pink and black like this when a player needs a snooker. Usually it's fairly quick kill either way. Either you get them quickly or you don't, the frame ends. Could be in another one.
Yeah, I mean, even if he wins this frame, his nerves are going to be shredded. Noppon Saengkham going into the doubles. And he's not won the frame yet.
Again, this is a missable one. And this time he has missed it. This frame may have a real final twist to it.
Well, Wilson has worked so hard to get into this position. Pink and black, and it's a respotted black in a frame he looked long odds to win about 5 or 10 minutes ago.
Just to confirm, this frame is not over. If England pot this black, it will go to a respot. So we might not see the last of this frame. This is to make it all square in the frame. 59 points each. We've got a respotted black.
Incredible. What grit Kyren Wilson has shown there. He really did show great temperament. He got a little bit annoyed and upset earlier in the frame. He didn't think he was getting good running, but he worked for that snooker, he got it, and the black comes back on the table. And Noppon Saengkham, who really should have won that frame by now, he's going to have to do it all again on the last black. Coin toss. Going to be a tie. First shot.
Well, I don't think the double's on here. I think he's gone just too far. Which means it. The concentrate on getting the object ball safe. I don't think the double's on it. If he has to force it, he may be able to straighten it up. He's got it. It didn't even seem a natural. What a frame to win.
That is incredible. That really is incredible. Looked like there was no way he could win that frame. Come on, he says.